I want to take you through a bit of a process. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to have a pen and paper ready for afterwards. So if you don't have that, quickly pause this for a second and come back. Okay, cool. Now you've got that pen and paper and I just want you to set it aside for a second. And I want you to sit down and I just want you to close your eyes for a second. And just take a deep breath, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now what I want you to do while your eyes are closed, I want you to imagine a time where you felt really confident about everything that was going on. Just take a second and think about that time. And it can be any time, it can be in your personal life, it can be in your work life. And I just want you to have a real feel into that moment and notice the sensations that are coming up for you. So you might feel some elation, you might feel some happiness, you might find that you've got a smile that's cracking on your face that you just can't control. And I just want you to really breathe into that moment for a second. Breathe into that time where you really felt confident. Imagine yourself there now. And I want you to, while you imagine yourself in that moment, I want you to take a quick look at yourself in that moment. What do you notice about yourself? What do you notice about how you're standing? What do you notice about your posture? What do you notice about what you're feeling in that moment? Now take a moment and take a really deep breath into that space of seeing yourself being so confident. Take a moment and breathe in for a second and breathe out. Now, what else can you notice about you in that moment? Is there anything different about the way you're talking? Is the tempo of your voice a little bit quicker? Do your eyes sparkle a little bit more than normal? Take a moment and really take all of those visuals in. Now, I want you to notice now for a second the people that are there with you in that moment. Who's there? Is there anyone there with you? Was there someone that you were talking to? Were there people watching the conversation? Or were there people listening to the conversation? Take a moment and really think about that moment where you're feeling really confident. Breathe it in, and take that moment in. And now I want you to, for a moment, think about a place in your life where you're not feeling confident right now. Take a moment and really think about that moment for a second. And I want you to notice straight away where the energy has moved in your body and where the energy has changed into your emotional side as well. About going into that situation where we've come from feeling really confident. Feel it again for a second. Just drop into that and feel that for a second. Now go into that moment where you're not feeling confident in your life and just notice that quick change and what feels there. And now I want you to think about that situation where you're not feeling super confident, but I want you to now also think about that situation where you were feeling really confident. How could you bring that voice into this situation? How could you bring your body posture into this situation? How could you take that confidence that you had in that moment where you felt so confident about yourself and bring that into that moment where your confidence is a challenge? How can you bring that over? Bring that energy over and feel it transferring into this new moment. Take a moment and just breathe that in. Breathe it in and relax. Breathe it in again and relax. And now what we want you to do is just slowly open your eyes and come back. And I want you to, in this moment, while you're in this state, write down anything that came through to you. Was there anything about your voice, about your posture, about how you felt, about how you looked? Write all of those notes down. Do that now. So pause the video, keep writing, keep yourself in state, keep yourself in flow. And when you're ready, you can restart the video. Okay, you're back. How did that feel? Did you notice anything? Did you have anything come up, any messages that came up for yourself? What I find is that when you put yourself in that situation of being able to see yourself in that moment where you feel uber confident, right? Once you know how to do it once, you can utilize those skills in any other situation in your life. You just have to be able to recognize what you look like in those moments where you feel really confident and apply them to those moments where you're not feeling so confident. So I hope you enjoyed this little process and I hope it kickstarts your confidence into other areas.